And I'm Jones Soda.
And today we're talking about the Sony press conference at E3. At E3. I put like an E and an A in there. E3.
PS Move. Your first thoughts, impressions, sexual devices?
I was actually very impressed with the PS Move. I did notice some delay in Tiger Woods, but I think that was just a software issue because the sorcery game was dead on. When he goes like this, it goes like that on screen. One time he went like this just for fun. He went like this, and on screen, boom, to the left behind him. The character, yep.
Obviously, he knew how it was.
Listen, regardless, I was impressed.
You saying they faked it?
It's not fake.
Whoa.
He just knew that the character on screen
You heard it here
does
first at 3KB. Jason.
Jay thinks they faked it.
You were very impressed with this.
I was very excited about sorcery. It sounds wonderful. Magic and how the ball changes colors and whatnot to tell you when things are ready. And drinking the potion and changing into different animals to access different parts of the levels. It sounds awesome.
I'm gonna deep throat that wand.
So I was very impressed with the controls as well. They seemed like they were spot on.
Yes, it is a Wii HD, but you can see that glowing ball, that color of the glowing ball. It's going to add elements to games.
Okay, yeah,
so
and they explain how that helps with the eye for seeing where you are. It measures the size of the ball, so if you're close to the screen, the ball appears bigger to it. If you're far away, it appears smaller.
Why isn't it Nintendo Wii for you? Or is it?
I think people are saying it's a Nintendo Wii because it is the same idea. It's the nunchuck, it's the Wiimote, glowing ball. You put them side by side. They're identical. They even got the same modeled hands.
Holy. A lot of people are saying there's no innovation in this, but do you care? I get to play my Wii in HD finally. Nintendo didn't step up to the plate and make their system HD, so Sony came in there and said, we're gonna do it.
Well, the thing is with this whole motion sensing thing is that I think it's just a way to get, I wouldn't say well, yeah, not casual gamers, but people who are not that into video games, to get them interested, to get more people in the marketplace. Don't see myself playing motion controls, any Wii, Move, Connect for hours. Like I play like on a controller on my couch.
But come on, okay.
That's because you're lazy and you don't want to stand.
No, it's true. No, it's true.
Everyone's like, oh, it's the same as the Wii, da da da. It's not. Not just because of graphics, but because of how it works. The Wii just works purely with a sensor. You point at the screen, and yes, if you shake it or you do something like that.
Yeah.
But this senses that, like, I'm going like this. Not that the Wii doesn't sense that, but it seems like it's more sensitive to exactly how you're moving and where you are in relation to the ground.
Well, a lot of people are going to argue with you and say Wii Motion Plus is the same thing. But I know exactly what you're trying to say here. When you are playing a Nintendo Wii game, they're not pre-canned animations.
In Monster Hunter, if you go like this and you press a button, or you go like this and you press a button, it's a particular movement. But in this game, like I could go like this and that loose, and they wouldn't, you know, they didn't pre-program it to do that, and it would do it perfectly. And the Wii can't just adjust to that. And yes, there is Wii Motion Plus, which is on for one. But what games are you gonna play with that, man? You got what? Wii Resort, Red Steel 2,
you have
and then you have a handful of games. This, it seems like it's open it so much more, and it's PlayStation games, it's Sony games. There are gonna be crazy things in this.
When I first saw the glowing ball, I'm like,
yeah, I didn't see the point in that. I was like,
but now I'm like, wait a minute. You're playing an RPG game, your sword breaks, the ball goes red. You're immediately like, oh, okay, let's buy a new one.
A lot of people don't think in that sort of dimension that color represents a certain thing in game.
Originally I thought it was just going to be like, pick whatever color you want. That's what I thought it was going to be, but this is so much more cooler because it actually uses aspects of the game. They also showed Tiger Woods PGA Tour 11.
Now we're doing a review on it. It'll be up after this E3 bullcrap.
God of War Ghost of Sparta is what I'm obviously most excited about. As everyone knows, I have a deep, deep love for the God of War, so I'm super excited to see it on the PSP.
Why'd you buy a PSP?
It had Darth Vader on it, man. I'm also super excited about Heroes on the Move. It has Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, and Sly Cooper, and Bentley. That's awesome. I love all of those characters, especially Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper, and the graphics don't seem fantabulous, but it looks enjoyable.
So what's crazy about this is they're putting all of these characters into one game for the first time ever. And it uses the PlayStation Move. So from what I've seen from all the footage released, with Ratchet, you're able to swing the Ratchet. With Jak and Daxter, you can aim the guns. Platform-wise, all of those games were amazing platformers. So Sly Cooper Collection was also announced at E3. What that is all of the old 1, 2, 3 Sly Coopers on one Blu-ray disc, upgraded to HD. A lot like they did with the God of War.
Well, now with this new Blu-ray format, do you think they're going to start doing that all forever, all the franchises? Make an extra buck.
Well, I can mention...
That's something they've already done. All they're doing is upgrading to HD.
That's right. You got it, Chica. I like the cut of your jib.
Easy
well,
money.
So it's funny that you mentioned that because... So next up on the list is this old franchise has decided to come back because Modern Warfare 2 hit it big. Modern Warfare 2 sells, I don't know, 3,000 million copies. And the people at EA say, hang on a second, we started this franchise.
We look down the scope first.
Yeah. Go get the boys. We're making a new Medal of Honor.
Killed all the employees.
Yep.
Tragic.
Yes.
This game looks top notch. Medal of Honor versus Call of Duty Black Ops.
No, Jason, I don't think we can do that.
Let's not get crazy.
We're not going to do it right now, but it's coming.
I've always said on our show that Battlefield Bad Company 2 has better multiplayer than Modern Warfare 2, and guess what? The same creators, DICE, is doing the multiplayer section of Medal of Honor.
So there's one cool thing that Sony's done here. They've obviously shelled out some big smackaroos for some exclusive content.
They showed some skin.
Yeah, to EA. EA took the bait, got some exclusive rights to old franchises updated on Blu-ray disc. For Medal of Honor, they're going to include Medal of Honor Frontline. So it's going to be fun to be going back and seeing it in HD and experiencing it again.
So Infamous 2 is also coming out. I'm super excited to see his new powers and everything.
It's ice.
More like.
It's ice.
Come on, how original is that ice? Big deal, but come on.
It could be really cool. Think of all the ways you could use ice.
You're going to freeze the whole subway. You know, you got to save someone. Whoops, I froze it all. He's dead.
I guess I'm infamous.
Another thing is, all of the artwork they've been showing for this game seems very familiar.
I like how we're talking behind Cat's head.
I should set up again. All of the artwork and the packaging and everything, it's a lot like The Force Unleashed 2. Will you stop that, doing that? Will you stop that?
We've said it, we've said it.
So next up on the list is Killzone 3. Come on, this big boy, this is going to be a big FPS. Michelangelo.
I never heard of the game.
Never heard of it. You?
Never heard of it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you love it.
Jetpacks.
The jetpacks.
Sounds like Halo.
Sounds like Halo, but who knows who had it first?
It was Halo.
Who knows?
Halo.
As you can see, the jetpacks are in the game. This has got to be the best looking game at E3.
Well, I disagree with you.
Well, I don't know.
Gears of War 3?
Not even close.
Rage.
Oh.
Rage looks good, but not
Looks
as
better. And I'll explain why in our other videos.
So Killzone 3 follows up right after Killzone 2, and what's spectacular is it's in full 3D as well.
But
now,
you have to own a 3D television.
and the glass.
And the glass.
It does look spectacular in 3D. It looks incredible.
I'll give you that.
You just get this depth of field. It really feels like you're looking into this outside window. But guess what? It supports PS Move. So I was correct when I said that it would, and Mike was wrong when he said
I
there's
didn't
no
say
way.
no. I said it'd be bad if it was.
Oh.
I said it'd be bad. So I was wrong. I said you got a nice hand grip. You must use some lotion.
So wait a second.
I'd like to announce
he was wrong, and he's about to apologize to everyone. Hang on, would you like a sip to clear your
I got
throat?
my own. This is Jones Soda Cream Soda. I apologize.
You're about to apologize.
To the GT5 fanboys, I said the GT5 would not come out until 2011. I was wrong.
Dead
Coming
wrong.
out right before it.
Dead wrong.
November 3rd, 2010.
Dead wrong.
Let's hope it's worth the wait, boys.
Do we need to talk about this game, really?
No.
Everyone knows about this.
It's beautiful. Check out the trailer.
Best driving sim ever created.
You know, oh, come on. They've added 3D to the game.
Not compatible with a PS Move.
Oh.
So they're taking another 4 years.
Is they finally shown some of the cars crashing. Because they wanted to wait until E3 to show that.
NASCAR's in there now.
So during some of the longer races, it goes from day to night, and the actual car headlights turn on. Well, I'm super excited for GT5. These guys aren't. I love it.
When LittleBigPlanet announced that they're gonna have water in their game, I was really excited. And so was Kat. She was really excited too. But then they announced LittleBigPlanet 2, and then Kat lost it.
Not only is all the fun, wonderful amazingness of LittleBigPlanet 1 back, but there's a whole new game and story mode that you can play, and there's different views. Instead of it being just straight on view, there's also an overhead view that you can do. This time when you create things, you can create an entire level, just like you did in the last time, but it's gonna be way easier because you can use the move to do things. There's also characters that follow you around, and that'll come into play somehow, getting ahead in the game. And you can create a whole game now instead of just levels. You can get people to go through an entire roller coaster of fun.
And the levels can be much bigger now.
Yes.
You have more memory space, I guess. That's the technical term the kids are saying. The pocket covers the whole screen, so you don't have to go through submenu, everything.
Yeah, it's much easier to go through. And they've even changed the rating system, or the way to rate things, so that the great and wonderful games will raise raised to the top.
And you can import your old levels.
Yeah, you can import your old levels and tweak them and whatnot.
That game's just blowing my mind.
Yeah, it's gonna blow people's mind, like acid
create
out
like
of the brain.
Yeah, like you can create like an RPG. Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen to me.
So I just realized,
I'm handsome. The game that I was most excited about in the Sony press conference was actually announced at the very end, Twisted Metal.
now this was not necessarily a surprise to me, but when I saw the graphics, and I saw that they didn't sway away from the old formula, and they brought new things to the table that were just spectacular, blown away.
Just tell right now, for me, hours are gonna be put into that multiplayer mode.
Well, and the preview was great because at first you're like, what's going on here? What's going on?
Yeah,
and
why
like
is
you
there-
hear the music, and then you're like, oh!
So Sweet Tooth is back,
Pedophile.
For sure.
along with Dollface, all those classic characters.
And there's like capture the flag games.
Each team has a guy in a turret.
Like Sweet Tooth, and he'll be on a turret.
Yeah.
Shooting. You have to get him, grab him, bring him to the other
You
side.
literally grab him, he's on your car, and he's like
And he's like,
swinging
"Oh!"
around. You take him to the missile
And
section,
you load him into the missile thing.
and you have to hold him there in a certain time. And then there's these two statues suspended by helicopters.
Huge
Oh yeah, by the way,
statues.
helicopters are in Twisted Metal now.
Wow.
And they hold these figures, and these two figures represent your team. The figure gets hit 3 times by a missile, game over.
And what's amazing about this is you can destroy the other team's missiles as they're going to hit the statue.
Well, and you control the missile as it's going over.
This is the longest running franchise that Sony owns, and it's nice to see it to finally hit the PS3.
And next up is Portal 2. Now,
Wow.
this is spectacular because, and this huge announcement from Valve,
Yeah.
you know, they said, we're not going to E3 at the last second, and
Yeah.
they showed up on
Yeah.
the PS3
Well,
side
and he
of things.
bad talked PlayStation or
Yeah.
Sony for so long.
Valve has finally realized it's time to sell out. It's time to go on to the next step in video game evolutions.
Okay.
It's time to go on the PS3 with the cell processor.
But it's also going to be on Xbox and
Yeah,
PC for you PC lovers.
They
The gameplay
finally-
looked crazy. Did you see the levels? And it's the old levels, and they're all overgrown with all this nature.
It's years later after the first port.
I think something crazy is a brew.
Yeah.
This has opened the door for our good old Left 4 Dead franchise to show up on the PS3.
Yeah.
Oh, that might happen. It's going to be a single-player campaign and a
And-
separate
Multiplayer.
co-op campaign, completely different from the single-player campaign. That means 2 stories.
What?
You make a portal, it's kind of like an elevator that levitates you.
Yeah, that
And
was crazy.
that's going to add another dimension to the game.
Dead Space 2, all of the amazing abilities from the first game, there just seems to be this new element.
Action-packed.
Yeah, it just seems to be amped. Super explosion of action.
Isaac just seems so much more animated now. I don't mean maneuverable. I mean, he's being knocked around left. He's falling down on the ground more.
Yeah, that scene where like the windows blow out and he's like on the ground, like trying to hold on to it, and then he gets sucked out
Yeah.
into space, and then all the sound goes away, and then suddenly it comes back and
And-
he's back inside.
This is amazing.
That thing was scary. I don't know if I can play this game.
So if you haven't played Dead Space, it's $19 now. You go and get it. You lost your mind if you haven't played this. So for the PS3 version of Dead Space 2, it has some exclusive content. Unlike the Xbox version, it will feature Dead Space Extraction, the Nintendo Wii game that came out many years ago, in HD using the PlayStation Move. As a bonus to pop that on the Blu-ray, that's really...
I can't believe that happened. I can't believe Nintendo let that slip.
Sony's just stolen that out of their hands.
Yeah.
Even
Once
though,
again, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
yeah,
Right in the eye.
shouldn't have let that puppy go.
They added the spear weapon, which I'm really excited about.
Oh.
You shoot the spear and it goes into the enemy and shoots them right up against the wall.
Oh.
They're stuck, they're just hanging. I was really disappointed though that Sony didn't show the Move with a first-person shooter. Really want to know how that was going to happen.
So I wish they had shown Killzone 3 then.
Yeah,
With the
and
Move,
why
shown
didn't they
it.
show it?
Because
Because
it's not done
it
yet.
doesn't work yet.
Yeah.
Why didn't they show any first-person shooter with the PS Move?
They did, SOCON.
First-person shooter.
It works the same way. The camera's further back.
Nope.
So your whole argument about it's being too sensitive, give me a break.
My argument is, why didn't they show any? What, there's not enough first-person shooters out there that can make it work? Come on.
There's lots of things they didn't show.
No, but that's an important part. That's something that people have been asking about,
That was
talking
about
about,
the
questioning
huge
for
debate.
such a long time.
If it would work,
Yeah.
well, we already know the answer to that. Don't have to show it because the Nintendo Wii has done it for the last 5
So
years.
let's not do any work. Well, Nintendo's done it. So what's the point?
Modern Warfare looks
My bad.
spectacular.
Great
Alright,
game
what
on
else?
the Wii.
Metroid Prime 3, I don't know. It seems like it was brilliant. Do you have anything to say about that? Of course it's going to work.
Because the PS Move is more accurate than the Wii.
No, it has nothing to do
with it. Everything to do with it, because it moves the whole screen.
Well, you know what? They can tone it down if they must. And
well,
guess
they
what?
better. They better, and they better show it to me.
You're not allowed to buy one, so...
You're not allowed to me.
Anyways.
Go ahead.
We stop it? Come on.
Talk faster.
Shut up quicker. So it's funny you mentioned that, because the new God of War... off. It's funny you mentioned that, because you're assholes, but the new Medal of Honor...
You can't swear. You're...
No one gives a shit about my dick.
The point being here for Infamous 2 is the graphics. Shut your holes. All three of them. Ass, vagina, mouth, ears.